Great game between the Fever and Chicago Sky today. A lot of different headlines about today's game. I think Caitlin Clark, she probably played one of her best games so far in the WNBA. A big topic is a play that happened during the game between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark.
Here we go again. Caitlin Clark, look at this. Not
and got the hit right here in the head and coming for the block.
The ball by Angel Reese. Hey, Shaq, I'd lay off her. She's just so goddamn dirty. Like, not going for the ball at all. What is this?
Oh, wow. I didn't see that.
Just an absolute cheap shot. Angel Reese.
Play it from certain angles. It looks like a dirty play, but I do think she was actually trying to go for the block. Maybe it's the way she swung at the ball. I don't think it was intentional by any means. The thing with Angel that I've said, I've advocated for both. They're two different people in their own right. But the thing with Angel is has a bad game where she loses or something like that, goes in post-game interviews, and she makes stuff even worse for herself. And she does it all the time, bro. All right, for example, like today, right? So she said Caitlin Clark gets a special whistle.
For inside, I think we were playing really hard. I think we went up really strong a lot of times and we didn't get a lot of calls. And going back and looking at the film, I've seen a lot of calls that weren't made. I guess some people got a special whistle, but just being able to play hard as best as we can. I'm still proud of Camilla going on, still getting a double-double. That's something y'all not going to be able to stop regardless of the referees. Like, we're here for a while. We're not going to be denied. It's no matter what you guys can try to do, but our goal is to win. And we're going to do whatever it takes to win and continue to do that.
Like, she had like a slick comment. When you make a play like you did today, and then you already know every post-game comment, they're going to dissect everything you say. She's the type of person who, like, she'll also tweet, if she feels salty about something. If you don't want the narratives to be a certain way, I think in a post-game comment, she got to be a little smarter with, like, what she's saying. That's why, that time when she was at LSU, she was talking about how people are, like, sexualizing her and doing all this other stuff. That's a sensitive topic to speak about. And when you get online and do other stuff, it's hard for people, like, for anyone else to defend you. Yeah, but, people are going to take that comment she said today and run with it. I don't think Caitlin Clark has ever had a bad media day. Like, she's never said the wrong thing. Probably since Iowa. I've never heard her say the wrong thing. This was her comments on Angel Reese.
But yeah, I think, what she's done with her platform has been absolutely incredible. And, she has an entire fan base that has supported her and what she did at, Maryland and then LSU. Like, obviously I've played her for a very long time and she's been a tremendous player. So, it's been fun getting to compete against. I think it's been really good for the game. Like, people just love seeing great matchups. But also at the same time, like, people tune in for these matchups, but then they get to see how amazing these teams are. And then they find new players to support, and continue to come back for them too. So I think that's another benefit of it, honestly.
And this is why a lot of people rock with her. She also said this post game.
And then when you get flagrant foul by Angel Reese, what's going through your mind and how you just stay within yourself to finish the game?
What's going through my mind is I need to make these 2 free throws. That's all I'm thinking about. It's just a part of basketball. It is what it is. Just trying to make a play on the ball and get the block. But yeah, it happens. And those free throws when you have to shoot them with nobody at the line are kind of hard. So it's a little different than having people at the line. So I was just trying to focus on making those.
She doesn't give the media the chance to, like, put out a quote of her saying something slick. Angel, on the other hand, will make it to, like, where it's worse for herself. And you already know people are coming for her. You can come off like you don't give a fuck as much as you want. But obviously, media narratives bother all these girls, like the whole entire WNBA. It's Caitlin Clark's coach opinions on the flagrant.
Yeah, I was really proud of how they all kept their composure. And the right call was made in that flagrant one, 2 free throws in the ball. Just make the right call in those moments, and we can move forward. But when we don't make the right call in those moments, that's when there's a problem. And they made the right call tonight.
I always think these type of games are always going to bring, like, a lot of viewership. People love seeing Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark play against each other. This was Caitlin's comments on, her adjustment to the WNBA.
I think that's just, one of the biggest, things to learn as I go through my rookie season is just finding some consistency. And obviously it's been hard. It's been a tough stretch at the beginning just with the amount of games we've played and the limited practice as I'm trying to get to know my teammates and know the coaching staff. But I feel like I have got more comfortable over the course of these games. Like, what was this game 15 for us tonight? So, still more than half a season left, and I already feel like we've grown, so much. So I think that's just like a positive for all of us to take away and continue to string some wins along. And, you know, coach has been saying, like, we just need to continue to take a step forward every single day. But, you know, we don't have any time to go backwards. And I think tonight we took a really big step forward. So I'm proud of the group.
They had the situation that came out, right? I think it was between Dejanay Carrington. So Dejanay Carrington came out with this tweet. She said, "Dog, how can one not be bothered by their name being used to justify racism, homophobia? We all see the shit. We all have a platform. We all have a voice. They all hold weight. Silence is a luxury." Dejanay's tweet was in response to this.
Caitlin, I know you mentioned that, you know, you want to focus straight on basketball. Definitely respect that. But when, just to ask you directly, when people use your name for racism, misogyny, whatever, what is your response to that specifically?
Yeah, I think it's disappointing. I think, you know, everybody in our world, you know, deserves the same amount of respect. The women in our league deserve the same amount of respect. So people should not be using my name to push those agendas. It's disappointing. You know, it's not acceptable. But yeah, I mean, this league is a league I grew up admiring and wanting to be a part of. Like, some of the women in this league were my biggest idols and role models growing up and helped me want to achieve this moment right here that I get to play in every single night. So just treating every single woman in this league with the same amount of respect, I think is just a basic human thing that everybody should do. Like, you know, just be a kind person and treat them, you know, how you would want to be treated. And I think it's, you know, very simple.
If you notice, her response is not about race or anything. It's strictly basketball, right? So what I can't wrap my head around is how, like, people try to turn basketball into, putting a ball in a basket into, like, oh, it's a race thing. Like, it's about this. Those conversations should be within stuff that's actually important, not putting a ball in a basket. Basketball is not really that. It's not important, bro. You know what I'm saying? Trying to force, like, race conversations where it's not needed. Talking about a sport, there's real racial conversations that should be had with actual important stuff, not putting a ball in a basket. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just keep it basketball. The bottom line of anything, like I've said in like 5 videos, girl as well as the draft class, but mostly her, have brought a lot of exposure to the league. Stop hating on that girl. Stop trying to create, like, all these extra agendas on the side. Like, yo, for those girls, if you do what you're supposed to do, people will probably support you the same. Like, it's not like, don't come out and be trying to do all this extra stuff. Like, it's compete and keep all the petty shit to yourself. You know, y'all let me know your thoughts on everything. As always, it's your boy Hefe out.
You said it, she was in a bit of a drought there, where they were coming off of a loss against the Mystics. They want to clean some things up. Caitlin Clark not to find a body on Reese. Clark gets freed up. Over for either team. And Clark penetrating, opens, going downhill, penetrating. A lot's going to happen out of that. A 3-1 down. Caitlin Clark scoreless. It's 5:51 left in the first quarter, and she post feeds. Only scoreless this quarter. Trying to find some space. Goes mentioned 7 lead changes, 10 ties. Largest lead for either team has been 7. Clark with the kick out to Samuelson. Clark with the basketball. 9 total points in the game. Steps it back from 3. Knocks it down. Fever looking for numbers. Clark to Wallace. Back to Clark. Shovel pass busted. From all over the floor. Clark penetrating and maintaining position. Her last 4, shooting 29% from 3, gets blocked. Shooter. Samuelson. Clark's got 14 blocks in her WNBA career, and it ends with a Boston bucket. The fourth quarter, an 8-3 rebounding advantage. Clark pulls, fires.